So, in which language do you want to do it? Come here, come sit near the mic.
Yeah, it's okay. I think the mic is grabbing out.
Yeah,
the
if
voice
you are like
pretty well, yeah.
speaking up loudly enough.
Yeah.
तो हिंदी में बात करें.
ठीक है, हिंदी चलते हैं.
हिंदी में.
हाँ.
I can do Assamese and Bengali both. You can do those two languages
Those two
as well.
languages, but not that comfortable with them.
Yeah.
Although it's not a good thing to say.
Not. It is. Language is not a not a parameter to judge someone, I guess. Not I guess. I know that.
Yeah.
I know that. Like अगर
हाँ. Because मतलब बात ये है ना, language एक ऐसा वो है, tool है to connect people. So it doesn't matter if two people are connecting, relaying their thoughts. I think that should do it.
That is why people who are not fluent in English, like both of us, देखना, when you are speaking to an Indian and you are not fluent in English, you will feel some kind of inferiority complex. Yeah. But you are speaking to someone who is a foreigner, who has spoken English all his life, and you are speaking to them with broken English. Let's just say they are not gonna judge you on that. They just want to understand what you're trying to speak. I think that is what lacks. What is that? Like that is the fucking human nature.
The thing about मतलब बात यही है ना कि about foreign communities कि वो लोग का बस एक ही लैंग्वेज है, इंग्लिश. मोस्ट ऑफ देम मतलब इंग्लिश का ही एक मोर और लेस वही है.
जैसे मैं बोल रहा था, इस साइड में आ जाना, तो इस साइड में
The wind is not on my side today.
I am just hoping कि माइक कैच कर पा रहा है. एक बार सुन लेते क्या? एक बार सुन लेते क्या?
See these graphs, no? You see these graphs, they tell you, wow, now this is the wind is in this side. What?
Just live with it. Learn to live with it. मारेगा नहीं.
हाँ, तो
जैसा मैं कह रहा था.
What sorcery is this?
Language.
Tell me what.
This is the love of the air for you. It's just wants to surround you. But
yeah, now I know how Jews felt.
Jews.
Yeah.
Don't you think like you could, like being an updated Indian, you could just use an example of a Kashmiri Pandit. I think that is ये चीज है. We are very empathetic about the Jews and the Holocaust, not of Kashmiri Hindus. Not that like I am speaking against a community or something. If there has been like crime done against you and it's not being spoken of, but let's not just dive into political stuff, right?
No.
Like शुरुआत में ही. और बता, do you think we're privileged?
Privileged.
Yeah. कहा जाता है like आज के दिन पे जो लोग पैसे वाले हैं या जो लोग, मेरे को ये सब बातें ना एक्चुअली बहुत बात करनी थी किसी से. Like there's this, like just take it as a thought experiment. Think about it. We are living in 2022 and the British are still, we are under still British occupation. Just think about it. What would you be doing? What would I have been doing? কি খবর খুড়া? এই ভিডিও লৈছে.
Living in 2022 under a
British occupation. I don't think anything would have been changed.
No.
मैं still engineering पढ़ रहा होता. मेरे पापा जिस like see, first of all, we are both males. ठीक है. We are living in a matriarchal society. Patriarchal. Sorry, I'm sorry. Patriarchal society. For I think for centuries now. Even कहा जाता है कि वो सती प्रथा and all that. जब India was the golden चिड़िया, है ना? उस टाइम पे भी being a male would have been privileged.
Yeah, definitely.
Would have been a privilege.
In that time, more than now, that time it was a privilege being a male. बिकॉज बहुत सारा ऐसा इंस्टेंसेस है ना कि जहाँ पे फीमेल्स को एंट्री तक अलाउ नहीं था.
आज भी नहीं है
आज भी नहीं है.
बॉयज क्लब.
Not just in India, in Britain itself. वहाँ पे they won't let ladies drink without a male supervising them. Just like that. So I guess अभी बहुत चेंज हुआ है society
अभी
में.
आई सी मुझे क्या लगता है पता है, सोसाइटी में चेंज नहीं आया है. जस्ट कि जिस बारे में हम लोग बात कर रहे हैं, देयर आर अ लॉट ऑफ नैरेटिव्स एंड दीज हैव बीन इन एग्जिस्टेंस आज से पहले, जब से दुनिया शुरू हुई थी, जब से पीपल स्टार्टेड लिविंग इन कबीलास, हर टाइम से ये सारे नैरेटिव्स थे. फेमिनिज्म, एंटी फेमिनिज्म सारे थे. जस्ट दैट पीरियड आफ्टर पीरियड्स चेंज होते गए, सेंचुरीज चेंज होते गए, एंड सम गॉट मोर अटेंशन देन द रेस्ट. तो फर्स्टली तो यार इतना टाइम हो गया, इंट्रो नहीं हुआ है हमारा. सो गाइज, वी हैव विद अस राइट नाउ साकिब अली चौधरी, माय एस्टीम्ड डियर फ्रेंड. बचपन से हम लोग क्लास 7 से एक दूसरे को जानते हैं. क्लास 7 से. और हम लोग शायद क्लास 9th में थे जब सेम सेक्शन में आए.
8 में 8 या 9th में शायद
8 में या 9th में रिस्ट्रक्चरिंग हुआ, रिफलिंग हुआ था. और हम लोग अभी मिडनाइट सेशंस हो रहे शाम के. शाम के कितने 5 बज रहे हैं शायद, 5:30 हो रहे हैं. एंड दोपहर को हम लोग आए थे. हम लोग
चिल कर रहे एक बहुत
खूबसूरत सी जगह पे. बंगाईगांव पॉलिटेक्निक से दोनों पास आउट है, डिप्लोमा इंजीनियर. और हम लोग वापस वहीं पे आए हैं. उसके कोर्टयार्ड में हम लोगों ने घूमा, वीडियोस लिए, बहुत सारी बातचीत की. एंड अभी उससे थोड़ी ही दूर आगे में हमारा एक स्पॉट है. ये स्पॉट एक्चुअली पहले ज़्यादा अच्छा हुआ करता था इस ब्रिज के बनने से पहले.
एग्जैक्टली. तो बैम्बू ब्रिज था.
हाँ.
सो मतलब बहुत रिस्की भी था, लेकिन
बट लाइक अभी भी ज़्यादा भीड़ नहीं है यहाँ पे. बट कनेक्ट्स, आई डोंट नो वेयर.
या
I still don't know where. I don't even want to go.
People are coming and going from that place, but we had no idea where this route connects to, because when we used to study here, it went to nowhere.
No, there was no road only.
Yeah, exactly.
It was all bamboo jungle.
Bamboo jungle. It was just a thin slice of road. Now it's like block.
Yeah, पगडंडी थी. पैदल जाने का रास्ता था. ये रास्ता था उस टाइम पे. And bikes used to go around this road. But टू व्हीलर से ज्यादा का चलने लायक आई डोंट थिंक बैम्बू ब्रिज केपेबल नहीं था. हाँ. हम लोग जब लास्ट सेम में थे या थर्ड ईयर में थे, लास्ट सेम में तो आ ही नहीं पाए कॉलेज. लास्ट ईयर ऑल्सो बर्बाद, बिकॉज 5th सेम में कैब.
हाँ, तो लोग का तो कैब आ गया था.
कैब आ गया. कैब के बाद से ही इट वाज ऑलमोस्ट कॉलेज में क्लास नहीं हुआ. इट वाज अ फनी टाइम.
हम लोग का लास्ट सेम ना ऐसे गुजरा जैसे पता ही नहीं चला यार.
वो तो सबका होता है यार वो. बट यू गॉट एटलीस्ट
additional 1 year of college, that's all.
But yeah, life यहाँ पे it's not like we live in like very like metro cities, fast work lifestyle.
तू रहता है यार.
But Kolkata is very lath khao city. Kolkata is a very fucking lazy city. People there, if you go around, after 12th, like 12 noon, तो दुकानदारों के पास जाएगा ना, they would give you that judging look कि भाई तुम्हारे पास काम नहीं है क्या, इस टाइम पे कौन आता है. या तो दुकान बंद रहते हैं, या तो दुकान बंद रहते. पीपल लाइक नो अबाउट दिस. इज नॉट लाइक ट्रिविया और समथिंग. कोलकाता में दोपहर के टाइम में इट्स टाइम टू ईट एंड टेक अ नैप.
चिल पिल.
अदर देन कॉर्पोरेट, एवरीबडी टेक्स अ नैप, और एटलीस्ट जस्ट टेक्स रेस्ट. कॉर्पोरेट और स्कूल को छोड़ के, स्कूल कॉलेजेस को छोड़ के.
What do working professionals do, man? Government jobs and all?
वहाँ पे भी मतलब आई एम टेलिंग यू, इफ यू आर अ दुकान ओनर,
अच्छा दुकान ओनर्स,
और यू आर लाइक, बिकॉज मार्केट बंद, लिटरली बंद. आफ्टर 2 मे बी सिर्फ लंच वाले जगह खुले रहते हैं, एंड जो ऑफिस के नीचे में जहाँ पे ऑफिस ओरिएंटेड जगह है, बट मोस्ट ऑफली जहाँ पे रेसिडेंशियल एरियाज है मोस्टली बंद रहते हैं. ऑटो वाले भी तुमको ना कर देंगे भाई, उन लोग का वहाँ पे बैठ के अड्डा इज अ थिंग जो टाइम पास नहीं है. आई थिंक वहाँ पे यू कैन लाइक चाय की टपड़ी पे बैठ के या ऑटो में ट्रैवल करते हुए रैंडम 5 to 15 minutes you meet a stranger and people are into some deep conversations. Yeah, if you are mindful enough, you can really, lock in, and people are very expressive there. Yeah. It's like मैं बहुत ज़्यादा fanboying कर रहा हूँ कोलकाता का.
नहीं ऐसा बात नहीं है. The thing I have noticed mostly about, not telling you about a section of community, but yeah, I have mostly noticed that Bengalis are generally a little bit more intellectual and open to discussions about things than other communities that I have noticed personally.
And why do you think is the reason?
But yeah, I think like जैसा होता है ना, in most of the part of the nation जो females होता है, ठीक है, they उनको see off कर दिया जाता है फैमिली से as marriage in a very early age, like 18 to 20s, 25s. अभी तो 25 भी नहीं होता है generally, but हाँ एक टाइम तक 20 up to 25 was very common. And if you're not
my
married,
sister recently got married.
Yeah.
She is 24. She's gonna turn 24 this year.
But I have noticed in Bengali culture mostly कि इतना जल्दी वो लोग marriage नहीं होता, and they focuses on education more than marriage. That's what I have noticed. Because it's not about the number of age generally, it's about the education. You are, मतलब at least if you take
ভাল
ভাল कुरा
আপুনি গম পাই মুখখন দেখি চিনা লাগছে না আমাৰ আমি কলেজৰে পঢ়া বেয়া ভাল লাগিছে কাৰণে আহিছো क्या बोला लास्ट में?
no idea.
But yeah, he's a good guy. Yeah, चलो.
ये बात है लेकिन about Assam,
आसाम नहीं भाई, हर जगह में whenever you are getting out of these fast moving, fast shifting cities ना, you think people everywhere is the same, are the same.
You think?
Such me, you think someone sitting in, like, let's not name a place, sitting in a place of unrest. Maybe the nation is falling apart. Even they don't want that. Neither do we. It's a hard topic, I think.
Yeah, it is.
And we are moving like way across our track. कहाँ पे थे हम लोग?
But have you recently heard about a country that is like inflating crazily?
That was.
There's one country, I guess, I have heard.
You can name the country. That we are not talking any specifics today, but
I know, but I am not able to recall the name of the country itself. But I think it's somewhere in Africa. Okay.
Africa, everybody is like,
but
the people who are below poverty line are going down.
No, not just that. It's like inflation is crazy there right now.
Like economy topple होने वाला है.
Yes, exactly. Economy is almost over. Inflation rates are almost 1 billion, I guess. 1 billion%, kind of.
So basically, that's Sri Lanka. Like stuff that happened to Sri Lanka, maybe Sri Lanka didn't hit it as bad. But whatever, you heard of this country, Djibouti? Yeah. ये जापान ये म्यांमार और जापान के बीच में रहता है in the world map. And that was the country which was first struck down by this Chinese loan plans.
Yeah, Chinese are very,
उनका सबसे पहला ही वो था
target.
Yeah, no, they are targeting like उन countries को. Okay, dude is petting a stray right now right in front of me. It's really cute. If I could get that on video, but
Here's
I don't have.
Thought. Like,
he's licking him. He's licking his palm and all that shit. It's good.
Hey!
He's happy also. I don't think it's. नहीं उतना है ही नहीं.
Still. नाक है ना गरम रहेगा तो सेंसिटिव। शू शू गुड बॉय।
भाई पेट करके कौन शू करता है, वो तो ही पे बैठेगा, बैठ जा बैठ जा बैठ जा। या सो वी आर टॉकिंग, कहाँ से कहाँ आ गए? फर्स्टली हम लोग बात कर रहे थे मैट्रियार्कल। व्हाट डू यू थिंक व्हाट डू यू थिंक इज द कनेक्शन बिटवीन मैट्रियार्कल एंड lazy?
And lazy.
You just said something like that. When I said like people there are supposed to have naps in the afternoon.
I don't think that's connected to a matriarchal society. I think that's
Okay, so yeah, we were on some different part that was not recorded. So
what do you think is a idealistic society? What's your image of an idealistic society?
I don't think idealistic societies are supposed to be in existence, to be honest. I think the chaos of life is what makes it life. Otherwise everything would have been like perfect, like perfect. Everything agar perfect agar ho jaye, I think that is the worst thing for a civilization. It's gonna fucking end. It's gonna tremble.
Is it though?
Yes. I have been recently listening to this podcast on Joe Rogan. I don't remember the guest, but he mentioned from a book. This guest, I remember ki he is a very renowned playwright, script writer as well. I don't remember the name. Okay, he's an aged man.
What did
he's
he
really
say?
aged man. He's been has lots of experience in life, and he's a Jew. So he said he referred to a book. About the book name also I don't remember. I don't really remember names and birth dates and all that stuff, but I remember the gist कि उसने ये कहा था कि for any fucking civilization, जब तक there is struggle, it is going to get the graph is always going to get higher.
Okay.
After each and every part of the hierarchy, each and every level of the hierarchy is fed, is equipped well, and is beyond their beyond that survival level कि हाँ they don't have to think of कल कहाँ से रोटी आने वाला है, कल कहाँ से हम लोग पेट भरेंगे, या बेसिक जब उनको कवर हो जाए ना, then जैसा अभी हम लोग देख सकते हैं कि अमेरिका में certain point part of the society is going through. ठीक है, their parents, their ancestors have made so much fucking money, they don't have to
work.
They don't have to work in the basic core industries. They are now looking outside. They are intellectuals. They haven't grown up with someone who is a lawyer, doctor, engineer, plumber, electrician, so anyone who has to have to think every day, have to basically necessity is not there, so there is no need of invention.
Okay.
By invention what I mean is there is no need to redo innovation, not just innovation in the literal terms, but think according to society. So basically stagnant हो जाता है. Stagnancy. You are.
But I'm referring to a idealistic society, not.
What do you think? According to me, an idealistic society जहाँ पे everybody knows the correct way to live. They're pursuing their correct way to live. They don't have any vices. ठीक है. Nobody is meaning to hurt someone. ठीक है. Apart accidents. I don't think in that society there are a lot of accidents as well. I think that society is gonna get fucking bored up with it. They'll be fucking bored to the gut with it. Recently, about these podcasts, I put up a post on IG story asking people to आप बताओ मुझे आप किस टॉपिक पे बातचीत करना चाहते हो, सुनना चाहते हो. So one of the people, I don't remember her name, she mentioned कि what if life was bed of roses? Life is a bed of roses. Would be the truth against what is right now. मतलब तुमको सुबह उठने से लेके जन्म लेने से लेके मरने तक you don't have to survive, you don't have to thrive every day. You have to, everything is just provided to you. What would you do with the life? I think there is nothing to be done. What do you think? What according to you like firstly idealistic society exist कर सकती है, अगर कर सकती है तो कैसे काम करेगी?
I think कि in a way like the idealistic society that you are trying to say, right?
नहीं,
Like,
कैन बी
हाँ,
डिफरेंट, योर डेफिनेशन कैन बी डिफरेंट. जस्ट पहले आप अपना डेफिनेशन बताओ कि आइडियलिस्टिक सोसाइटी क्या है और कैसे उसमें काम चलेगा.
Idealistic society, according to me, I think everyone have a pet, obviously. Yes. There's a very good boy right here. Sorry, good girl. Okay, idealistic society. I think we crime जिसमें कम हो.
No. I think I want you to go deeper. एक specific बताओ या I'm talking about a society. I'm not talking about a human being. एक सोसाइटी कैसे होनी चाहिए? आइडियलिस्टिक सोसाइटी में अगर मतलब क्या क्राइम्स नहीं होंगे? फिर नहीं होंगे क्राइम्स. ओके, तो पुलिस की जरूरत नहीं है.
No.
There is no policing.
There is no policing required. But if you go down that path.
तो आइडियलिस्टिक सोसाइटी में is everyone vegan?
Not necessarily.
So then there has to be someone to raise the voice against oppression of animals, right? So there is that. So agar veganism is not a part of idealistic society, then there will be some people, there has to be some people who are going to raise their voice against animal cruelty, right?
What I
You
think,
see my point?
Just being there in that point, we can 3D print a burger right now. A fucking
Eatable burger.
Meat burger eatable, and I think this was possible 5 years from now. So imagine
5 years back or 5 years?
5 years back.
Okay.
Yes, that was possible.
I knew about like eatable print.
Yeah, printable burgers.
Printable burgers were there. Like you could taste the bread and.
No, not just taste. It's a real burger.
Like a 3D burger.
Yeah.
Okay, I didn't know that.
3D printing technology is like very high tech right now. We can build stuff with 3D. We never imagined.
Buildings and stuff?
Yeah, we can really build some stuff.
Accommodable stuff.
Yeah. Like in space technology, if you forget some tools and shit in suppose ISS, International Space Station, you don't order them from Amazon or something. You cannot. Amazon
you have to print. Yeah. I have heard about it. Yeah.
Go a shuttle, send a shuttle to you. They will just print it right then and there. So it all started from there, and now basically what people are doing, they are printing amino acids in a way that resembles a burger. And I think the animal cruelty part can be,
No, it's just that part of a spectrum.
Yeah, spectrum. But I think moving forward, robots will do, most of the mundane tasks.
So basically, if we're saying that we would, like in an idealistic society, would be having 3D printed burgers, so that means there's like people would go vegan. That's the same thing.
Now you can argue what's a vegan.
What do you think is vegan? And like according to you, what counts vegan, what not? That is I think like I don't know if I am pro vegan or anti vegan. I haven't put a point on it. Like put my finger on it. And
well,
see.
You can say I'm a pro foodie, so yeah.
So you are anti veganism?
No, I'm a pro foodie.
Yeah. What do you think about conservation? Like conservatism? I think that's the word.
I think that there was this experiment done. Okay. There's this experiment done in somewhere around the world where there was a kind of bush actually, and that bush allowed butterflies to lay their eggs and mature their caterpillars better than the existing bushes. So what the Britishers did, they planted this bush, okay, and then after planting that, there was also cattle there. Okay. After planting that bush, what happened that all the butterflies that used to lay their eggs in grasses started laying their eggs in these bushes. Okay. Now this change in evolution, that bush part, that happened pretty, rapidly. The baby is crying now.
Yeah, guys, we are on that bridge as I mentioned earlier, and people rarely come and walk off. And
It's really healthy also, just taking a walk.
okay, yeah, coming back to the point.
So yeah, there's this bush, and the butterflies used to thrive there in that bush because they used to lay eggs, and the life of a grass was comparatively less than that of that bush. English bush, something, I don't remember the exact name.
Mm-hmm.
When the Britishers took away the cattle, okay, what happened is that bush took over. And now the bush have taken over so that it is also eating up the nutrients of the trees. So there are no trees around anymore.
Okay.
Now what happened? The caterpillars need heat, need sunlight. Okay. Now after being hatched from that egg, the caterpillars are unable to get adequate sunlight. And you know what happened? They went extinct. Because they were not able to revert back to those original bushes fast enough, to lay their eggs and stuff. So they straight up went extinct. Because moving from normal bushes to those bushes was an evolutionary change. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
It is called rapid evolution.
Okay.
When stuff changes around us, we do rapid evolution and stuff. What happened is that this span of shifting to that bush and then going extinct, it happened in 100 years span, and that is way less compared, saying in evolutionary time scale, going extinct in 100 years. I think if we stop raising cattle, because we raise cattle mostly to what? To consume them.
Mm-hmm.
I think if we stop raising cattle, the cattle as we know it will go extinct.
Yeah, so basically the point that you are trying to make, I see 2 points right now.
Yeah.
Correct me if I am wrong, and after that, you go ahead. I'm not trying to interrupt. 2 points. Firstly, that veganism is unnecessary evil, not a necessary evil. Secondly, veganism is gonna disrupt the balance in nature. That is not nature supposed like us. And secondly, also I can just the situation in the world, just like in that experiment, the bushes took over. The human beings, Homo sapiens, took over the planet.
Yeah.
Maybe I am like, I never want to come like whenever there's a conversations, whenever there are conflicts, two kind of opinions coming together.
And it's a paradox either way.
It's I am a very pro paradoxical man. If that makes sense.
Paradox, right?
Yeah. So basically, like जब भी कुछ conversations होता है ना, I think both, more than two or more, how many opinions, no matter how many opinions are there, I think हर एक को रख के सबके सामने and बताना चाहिए, और ये कभी नहीं करना चाहिए कि हाँ it is better or it is not. So firstly, one thing about this experiment that like I take out from it, firstly is कि हाँ veganism is basically gonna fuck up the already fucked up balance in nature. ठीक है. And secondly कि so there has to be like anti-humanism then.
Anti-humanism.
Basically, if you want to stop animal cruelty, I think vegans would like to ponder upon this. Yeah, they should. Not just vegans, everybody, but vegans mostly. कि अगर आप चाहते हो कि there should be no animal cruelty, there should be no वातावरण, nature cruelty as well. So आपको कुछ ना कुछ ऐसा करना पड़ेगा कि you have to there has to be constrictions put on rising human population as well.
Yeah.
क्योंकि balance in nature is gonna anyway, it's going down anyway.
The thing is, no, about veganism is that their claim that this is inhuman, like.
But
killing
then
of
what
cattle.
about plants?
No, plants is a little bit different. I understand their point of view also. Ki you are killing another mammal for your pleasure. But at
Not just
times,
pleasure, you are consuming them.
Yeah,
right?
exactly. But it's the perception that you can consume trees when you have them. But the thing that's wrong about them is that if you like leave them as they are, if you leave cattle as they are not evolved to undergo the challenges that forest environment gives them. Okay.
Yeah, but that is the thing, na? Human beings evolved and they are taking charge of nature. Now, how do you say कि जो ये human population बढ़ के आज we are giving rise to these many problems in the nature, the disbalance of the fucking temperature and all these things. Maybe this is also part of nature only. प्रलय से आपका क्या मतलब? What do you think about प्रलय? प्रलय means like in any apocalypse, like anything like आज हमको क्या पता है? What does like हमारा history? We know our ancestors date back to let's say what 50,000 years. 50,000. Let's just say, okay, let's just take up a number. 50,000 years back, there was the first like Adam and Eve, or according to Christianity, whatever. In सबका अलग-अलग मानना है, but basically from some point of time, every religion, every human being has to come to a conclusion. You have to इतना तो एक्सेप्ट करना पड़ेगा कहीं ना कहीं से ह्यूमन बींग्स जन्मे एंड दे स्टार्टेड रिप्रोड्यूसिंग एंड देन एवरीथिंग स्टार्टेड. तो ये रिप्रोडक्शन जब हुआ, वी थिंक कि वहां से ही हिस्ट्री का शुरुआत है. ठीक है, हिस्ट्री आई एम टॉकिंग अबाउट, आई एम नॉट टॉकिंग अबाउट द लाइक फॉर्मेशन ऑफ बिग बैंग थ्योरी. कुछ लोग बोलते हैं दैट इज शिट एज वेल. हाँ, सो लेट्स जस्ट से कि ये जो चीज था हमारे लिए, हम इस सिविलाइजेशन या फिर हम इस बेसिकली एवरी सिविलाइजेशन का एक स्टार्ट और एंड होता है, जस्ट लाइक ए मूवी. ठीक है, स्टार्टिंग से शुरू होता है एंड देयर इज अ बिग हाई एंड देन एवरीथिंग गोज डाउन टिल इट्स एंड्स, एंड वो एंड ये रिपीट होता है. ठीक है, एंड वही एंड है एपोकलिप्स. एंड जब बैलेंस डिसबैलेंस होगा, और वो डिसबैलेंस होना ही प्रकृति का नेचर है, प्रकृति का नेचर है, लाइक प्रकृति का नियम है. सो एपोकलिप्स इज इनएविटेबल
in a way.
Yeah, but that is the truth, I think.
But that also depends on what you call an apocalypse. Like जैसे as you see us right now, for the cave people, okay, for the cave people, they are no more. So you can say for them,
they are extinct.
The origin of Homo sapiens was the apocalypse of Homo, erectus, Ramapithecus. Those were the,
like
it's more less like an apocalypse. It's more like, phoenix, being reborn after, from one civilization to another. I think it's more of that. Until and unless there's no Earth to live in, that's due in 4.8 billion years. Yeah, the sun is gonna explode. So up until then, I guess, unless humans fuck it up so bad that our planet becomes uninhabitable. Yeah. So until then, I guess we could say that there will be an apocalypse. Maybe.
लेकिन हम तो नहीं रहने वाले ना.
No.
Maybe what about like तुम जिस बारे में बात कर रहे हो, maybe there used to be like there's a different earths, ठीक है, different species, different everything that we have no fucking idea of. ठीक है, and वो उस let's say उस अलग तरह की जो दुनिया थी, वो दुनिया जब तबाह हुआ, उसका जब स्टार टूटा, उसका एक पीस आके हमारा सन बना, हमारे सन. So this is a thing, right?
Yeah.
So in that case, maybe see शुरुआत हो रही थी ये आइडियलिस्टिक सोसाइटी से, और मेरा ये कहना था कि आइडियलिस्टिक सोसाइटी is a society which is
Of chaos.
of chaos and undergoing change at any point of time. And jahan pe there is
Constantly
no change,
evolving.
To the point that there is no much space left to evolve or change. People are just bored and they are then trying to kill each other just for fun.
Okay.
ठीक है?
I know. I remember watching an episode from Rick and Morty. So Rick and Morty is like not your everyday,
मतलब रिक एंड मॉर्टी के बारे में थोड़ा सा एक बेसिक से कुछ बता देते कि जिनको नहीं पता उनको भी पता चले.
बेसिकली क्या होता है कि एक साइंटिस्ट ग्रैंडफादर रहता है, वो अपने ग्रैंडसन के साथ एडवेंचर्स पे जाता है. ओके, सो इट्स एन क्वाइट एन एंटरटेनिंग वॉच, शॉर्ट आल्सो, यू गाइस कैन वॉच इट. सो क्या होता है उसमें, दे वेंट टू ए प्लैनेट. इन दैट प्लैनेट देयर इज दिस परफेक्ट सोसाइटी. Okay, there's no crime, whatever, and the reason for being, for this is there's one day in that planet in a year that you are free to commit any crime you can.
एक और reference I have. There's this movie called The Purge.
I've heard of it.
It's basically कि because population इतना ज़्यादा बढ़ जाता है, there's a night, like nightfall, जब से अंधेरा हुआ अगले दिन सुबह तक the people are allowed to kill anyone, like because population control has to be done. ठीक है, so we are that far in the future where population has to be ordained, and like normal people turning mercenaries, people from the government, they're just going up and killing people. ठीक है, because that's
what they
acceptable. ठीक है, and then फिर again next day morning से
sunshine ending.
Sunshine ending, and then people are going back to their lives. And people who don't want to kill, ठीक है, they are just like the people who are very rich. उसमें भी वही, there is no like the partiality in the society stays in there. वहाँ पे people are paying, like the rich and the elite
are paying.
They are paying.
Stay alive.
Not paying to stay alive. They have the resources to stay alive. They have their own fucking security. They just order people. Just like Amazon. You can order food right now from Zomato. They order people, and people who are basically जिनके like गरीब लोग जो है, they give up their lives to save their family. They come, they sit, and these rich, after having dinner, they're just going to rip into him.
Hey, the fun fact about that, the episode that I mentioned,
Rick
and Morty.
Yes, go ahead. I have a
that all that stuff, that all happened only to the poor people. And in that planet there was one home. Okay, it was I don't know, some wealthy person there. Okay, and what happened in that home is that all the wealthy people were gathered in that particular home itself, and they were safe completely away from all this stuff. And they made this purge, this crime thing up, so that people would kill each other, and the society would be, there would be a better society.
Sustainable.
But they won't kill the rich people. The rich people won't quarrel among themselves. They would just watch the world burn. So a class divide is there also in that perceived perfect society.
Like let's say right now we're living in a purge. Like, let's say we're living in a society in which purge is accepted for a night, and you are given a choice. Like you have a choice of being among the rich. So what would you choose? Would you rather be on the streets and defend the needy, or you would just save yourself and watch the world burn? Like, try to be honest, man.
Okay. So I would like to give an example here. Okay.
No, first answer ki what would you
coming to the answer.
Okay, cool.
I'm giving my reasoning first.
Okay.
In a forest, suppose there's a tiger and there are three tigers. Okay. A tiger, suppose there's a lion and lionesses. Okay. Lion has a very big area of his own. Okay. He breeds there. He gives up offsprings. Okay. Now another tiger comes. He fights with lion comes. Another lion comes. He fights with the, lion, and then he won. what he does is that he will kill all the babies.
Yes.
Okay. Why? Because if he doesn't, the babies might kill him in the future.
Okay.
Okay. He wants just his offspring to be born and just wants to keep his bloodline only. Okay. The thing about is that why does he do all these killings? Because he is mentally conditioned to do that, right? He cannot help himself.
Maybe
Now-
he doesn't have another choice.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly.
Not just mentally. It's a fucking
Because
survival
that's-
thing. You have to do.
That's what evolution has taught him, right? The lioness won't mate with him until and unless those tigers are there, those cubs are there. Okay. So what happened is that he gets conditioned. I just hope this dog doesn't topple off. my
Yeah.
iPhone.
They won't.
Okay. So the thing is that they're conditioned. They're mentally. They have this one goal. Like right now, you have this one goal. You go to home and you eat. Right at night, you go to home, you eat and you sleep. You don't think about not eating for another, until the daybreak, right? You can survive the day, you can survive the night without eating, but you won't think like that, right? You will go home and eat. That's what we are conditioned,
Okay.
right? So in a society like that, I think we all would be conditioned to something completely different than we are living in right now. We would be conditioned to kill, right? In that mindset, taking that mindset, if you, as a giving an example, if you as a human being got out in the fields of Africa and there's a pack of hyenas, hungry hyenas, even if you're trying to save them from a lion, the hyenas would end up eating you, because that's what they are conditioned to do. They see you as pack of meats, right? So if in that society, if I am unable to change the mindset of the people, okay, if I am unable to change the complete machinery of the society, I think standing back and waiting for the opportunity to change it is a better option than being, in the streets trying to do something which I don't think would amount to much compared to what I can do given the time and given the resources I have as a human.
Great. Granted. I just get your point. Yeah.
Understand.
That's.
Because, but for that assumption, for making that assumption, it has to assume that I am in, my mindset of that timeline is that of my mindset right now. Because I think me being, or anybody being in that universe would have a completely different mindsets, right?
Yes.
So it's difficult to perceive that.
अच्छा, एक और क्वेश्चन है मेरे पास जो शायद लाइक आज के लिए लेट्स
And
yeah, but like we are evolved enough to have this kind of a conversation. We are intellectual, we have been privileged we can afford the exposure, to know stuff, and like to that extent कि जब हम लोग ये सारी बातचीतें कर सकते हैं. हिंदी में क्यों बोल रहा हूँ, ये मेरा क्वेश्चन है कि यू अंडरस्टैंड कि हर एक चीज जो हम लोग देखते हैं लाइफ में जिंदगी में एवरी डे इन डे आउट, हम एक चश्मे से देखते हैं, ठीक है, मेंटल चश्मा, और वो हमें दिया गया है. मैं किसी को नहीं बिलीव कर सकता अगर वो कहे कि लेट्स से यू आर लाइक लुकिंग एट अ ग्लास, आई एम सेइंग हाफ फुल हाफ एम्प्टी और समथिंग. तो ये जो चश्मा है कि हम लोग अभी इंग्लिश में इतनी अच्छी तरह से बात कर सकते हैं, जो हमारी नेटिव, शायद मेरा बंगाली है, शायद तेरा असमीज है, शायद तेरा हिंदी है, शायद मेरी उर्दू है, शायद हमारा संस्कृत है. एट द बेस ऑफ इट ब्रिटिशर्स आए एंड दे डिमोलिश्ड इट. इफ दे वुडंट हैव कम, मे बी हम आज बात कर रहे थे. हम टू बी ऑनेस्ट देयर इज वी आर partially blinded या फिर we are partially handicapped because हमारे अंदर जितने भी thoughts आ रहे हैं they are coming in a native tongue, whichever tongue you speaking, ठीक है. Thoughts evolve हो रहे हैं जब हम लोग हमारे native tongue में बात कर रहे हैं. तो लेकिन उसको एक्सप्रेस करने के लिए टू मेक इट रीच टू मोर ऑफ आर पीपल ओनली, हमें इंग्लिश का सहारा लेना पड़ रहा है. हमें एक ऐसी, व्हाट इज द थिंग, सी आई डोंट रिमेम्बर द हिंदी वर्ड फॉर,
क्या,
जो यू नो फिजिकली हैंडिकैप पीपल दे नीड टू टेक फॉर वॉकिंग.
यस सहारा, उसको क्या बोलते थे?
या सो यू गेट माई पॉइंट राइट. मुझे हिंदी भी याद नहीं आ रहा, इंग्लिश भी याद नहीं आ रहा. सी व्हाट अ शेम.
Yeah, man, it was in our curriculum, right?
Yes. So basically, let's say, मैं व्हील चेयर की बात नहीं कर रहा.
पता है मुझे वो. साखी.
हाँ, बैसाखी. Yes, bro. You got it. So let's say हम लोग जन्म से, शुरुआत से, लाइक जैसे पहले हुआ करता था गुरुकुल में. I don't know. I have heard of it. I don't know what used to go on in gurukuls. और any, हाँ, yeah, I noticed. Yeah. So, वहाँ पे हम लोग को एक you know the first subject, the first विषय, जिसपे हमको like शुरुआत में अंकुर बोलते हैं शायद नर्सरी को, है ना. तो शुरुआत में फर्स्ट 1 year और 2 year स्टूडेंट्स का सब्जेक्ट होता था, उनका मेजर होता था. ठीक है. The subject called as Anvikshiki. Anvikshiki. Yes. Okay. Anvikshiki is you develop a habit. आप एक हैबिट का हिंदी क्या है ब्रो?
आदत.
आप एक आदत को, आदत भी also is a Urdu word. See, we live in a generation like, okay, coming back to the same point, कि एक हैबिट हम लोग डेवलप करते थे to question things around us, to encourage the curiosity around us. कि अगर ग्लास है ये इस शेप में क्यों है, ठीक है. अगर I'm not talking about scientific shit, I'm not talking about chemicals and all that stuff. I'm just talking about हाँ, ये पक्षियाँ उड़ रही हैं, ये तितलियाँ उड़ रही हैं, इनमें ये कलर क्यों है, यही कलर क्यों है, यही शेप क्यों है. और वो जो एक कंडीशनिंग होती है, उसके बाद वो 1-1.5 साल का कंडीशन होता है, उसके बाद जाके बंदा शुरू करता है अपना ओआ काखो. ठीक है. तो तब तक वो इतना इवॉल्व हो जाता है. आज के डेट पे ग्रेजुएट्स ऑल्सो दे डोंट हैव अनवीक्षिकी.
नो.
ग्रेजुएट कर दो, मास्टर्स कर दो, दे आर जस्ट टॉट व्हाट थिंकर्स हैव थॉट एंड प्रीचर्स हैव प्रीच्ड.
इट्स ए रियली गुड पॉइंट, यू नो. बहुत
आई थिंक
अच्छा पॉइंट है.
आई थिंक यही, एंड ये इंग्लिश वाला पॉइंट में ये कहाँ से कनेक्ट कर रहा हूँ कि ये आन्विक्षिकी, एक तो हम लोग हमारी मातृभाषा, जो बचपन में बच्चा जो है फर्स्ट वर्ड बोलना सीखता है जिस भाषा में, जिसको सुन के उसके थॉट्स कहीं ना कहीं डीप डाउन वहीं से आते हैं. एंड दैट आते आते हम लोग उसको, जैसे हमने वो वाला एक्सपेरिमेंट देखा है बहुत ज्यादा, वो बीच में वायरल हुआ था कि एक की पीठ पे ड्राइंग, अगले के वहां पे जाता है और वो फर्स्ट से लेके एंड तक पूरी की पूरी हाँ चीज अलग घूम जाती है. तो हाउ वुड वी think more, how would we express it more, how would we get deeper into any fucking subjects, ठीक है, if we are handicapped with fucking English. एक तो आज के दिन पे अगर मैं सोचता हूँ कि चलो नहीं, I'll go back to my roots, I'll study Sanskrit A to Z, I'll read all the fucking manuscripts, all the things that the ancestor wanted us to know, जो उन लोगों ने सोचा होगा, ठीक है. एंड चलो मैं मान गया एक बार के लिए, मैं अपना लाइफ का पर्पस को बना लेता हूँ एंड मैं संस्कृत में पंडित बन जाता हूँ एंड आई स्टार्ट थिंकिंग इन संस्कृत. नो बडी एल्स विल बी एबल टू अंडरस्टैंड माई पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू. देन व्हाट इज द फकिंग, लाइक सारा वर्क वेस्ट में जाएगा. सो ये जो एक अमली जामा बोलो, ये जो एक बैसाखी पकड़वा के दिया है ब्रिटिश ने, व्हाई डोंट वी कंडेम इट एज अ सोसाइटी? वी रादर encourage, we fucking preach it. What do you say? We make it a hero.
Yes, exactly.
I don't even know the English word. That is the fucking thing. एक चीज में पढ़ता, एक चीज में I could have been, you know, way past all these potholes. है ना?
पता है, coming back to your logic, okay? let me talk about something that we know, in our day-to-day life. मुझे उतना वो philosophical आदमी तो मैं उतना हूँ नहीं, ठीक है?
नहीं, you are practical enough. अगर आप practical हो तो आप philosophical भी हो.
I'm more into tech right now. Okay. So मैं tech perspective से एक analogy देता हूँ.
Sure.
Okay. There's Android and there's Apple. Okay. 2 companies हैं. Apple का profit margin almost 50% रहता है on its products. Okay. Android का जो profit margin है, that is roughly 5 to 25%. Not that much. Samsung sold the most amount of devices, 75 million in fact, in 2021. And Apple sold just 35 million devices. Okay. Apple made 7 billion in profits. Samsung made 1 billion. Why is that? Because Apple has a software ecosystem, right? Apple का अपना software है. Apple apps are more, optimized this way. Okay. Coming back to this analogy, is it not possible to make another operating system which is better than Apple? Yes, of course it is. It is possible. It's goddamn, it is possible. But what makes that software, what makes Apple so great is not just that iOS, that operating software, but the apps that comes with it, right? So जो developers है, they get incentivized because they know Apple iOS system better. They get revenue from Apple iOS system. Okay, they can communicate with Apple iOS system better. In same terms, अगर कोई नया सॉफ्टवेयर है, जैसे बीच में आ गया तो Windows in phones, we all know it was like something big wave it promised, but it flopped due to lack of app supports. It could have been bigger than Apple. It was better than Apple. It was indeed. It was more modern. It was more stylized. It required less amount of processing power. It was amazing. But the one reason it failed is because of lack of, ecosystem and stuff.
I get your point, bro. You are making like...
But वही बात है कि we all are conditioned for English. Right? Now, if you want to turn a cog, okay, you can try, but the whole machinery has to work, and for that everybody should know. India being such a diverse nation that you go 50 kilometers away, no? क्या होता है कि dialects change रहता है.
Bro, I am 10 kilometers away from my home right now.
Huh?
Nobody speaks Bengali here.
Exactly.
Yeah.
If you go, in general speaking, average 50 kilometers you go away from home, you won't even get the same dialect, same way of speaking. है कि नहीं? तो ये हम लोग इंडिया में इतना डाइवर्स नेशन है, एंड व्हाट बाइंडेड अस टुगेदर इज वन हिंदी, सेकंड इंग्लिश. नाउ द थिंग अबाउट हिंदी इज दैट इट इज मोर कंसंट्रेटेड टुवर्ड्स द नॉर्दर्न रीजन्स, राइट? नॉर्दर्न रीजन्स में हिंदी ज़्यादा बोला जाता है.
हिंदी का भी एक Hindi also is like a updated version or very what do you say, इसको road side version बनाया गया from Pali. ठीक है,
boiled मतलब
हाँ मतलब
watered down
for हाँ you see ज़्यादा आप tough करोगे तो you get a niche. ठीक है, just like podcasts. हाँ,
just like French, it's a niche.
No, I'm just talking about like in content media, types of contents are different. There is 15-minute reels, 15-second reels. There are movies, 3-hour-long movies. There are documentaries,
and then
this. So if you want to preach an idea, the best possible thing is you can make a 3-hour movie and make it into a cult. ठीक है?
Yeah.
Let's talk about like what do you say?
Star Wars.
Not just Star Wars. I'm not talking about movies. Let's say how many other poets, very deserving poets, from the time of Rabindranath Tagore.
Very less indeed.
Yes, if you are to go deeper in the subject,
but
if you are to
very
take,
fascinating.
Yes, you will find people. You will find artists who are much. I cannot be so sure, but people, there are statements that people give that goes deeper than Rabindranath's ideology, maybe much deeper than, but he was, at the time, he won Nobel Prize for Gitanjali.
Because of his connections.
I don't know about his connections, and I am not making any judgments. I follow him like greatly.
His talents.
Yeah. I follow him greatly. I am a preacher of Rabindranath, but like I'm not questioning his credibility, but I'm saying just like
there were more,
there were more, and it's just to make his influence. Maybe it was not his doing. Okay, the world turned his notes, which were rather better understand, like the normal people with let's say less
educated
poet, like who are less intellectual in poetry or understanding all these things, in grammaticals or literature, जिनका level उतना ऊपर नहीं है, it could connect with the masses, let's say, and उस वजह से he was
preached.
He got to that recognition that he got. And there were many who were left behind. But their work maybe was
on par,
maybe at least like, if not more, maybe at
on par.
As equal as.
More like not more deserving, but equally deserving of
let's say
standing,
because we cannot say for sure. No? This is not, there is no parameters to check it.
But
So,
Rabindranath Tagore, he is completely a different league on his own.
yes, bro.
He wrote fucking, national anthems for 2 nations. Nobody else did that,
And that is what I'm saying, that he got the
He's a
recognition
legend,
that he deserved because he connected to the masses. Now, how do we connect to the mass with a niche? That is my question. जैसे मैं बोल रहा था, संस्कृत and to this Hindi and English preaching nation. How? Let's start this conversation. Let's start this conversation in the next episode. And
it would, I think that would come under the headline of conditional bias in human society.
that is like a fucking vast subject, bro. And I just end up complaining about so many shit. I'm like already pumped up for it.
Conditional bias, it is.
And you guys, you have made it to the end of the first fucking podcast.
I
Fucking
don't know if
bizarre.
it's gonna go live or not, but I hope
It is
not.
gonna go live. I don't know if probably 10 people would listen it to the end. But if you did a great fucking job in motivating us to make more, and with more conversations, I think it would be getting more defined. Maybe the mass will change to the needs of the niche. Let's just hope that. And with that, we come to the end of this podcast. Please share. I don't know. I am preaching, man. Okay, let's go. Bye-bye.